Welcome to Deerhound Productions, the channel for videos about all your favorite horror games. I'm DaneCat33, and today we'll be looking at the brand new update to Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. This update is building up to the next main installment in the series, Secret of the Mimic. There's all sorts of new revelations, such as the release date for Secret of the Mimic, a proper look at Jackie, and a teaser for the next game after Secret of the Mimic. This update didn't add a whole lot of gameplay, it's more of an interactive teaser. After booting up the game, Mystic Hippo will give you a couple of riddles. After solving the first one, she gives you a hint to play the Puppet Master level from the Sister Location set of minigames. Once in, type 1979 into the keypad located in the drawer. After doing that, Glitchtrap will give you a Tiger Rock plush, in the same fashion as how he handed out the Puppet Memory doll before. You may be wondering, why 1979 was the code to unlock the Tiger Rock plush? To that, I have an answer. 1979 is significant because this is the year the upcoming game, Secret of the Mimic, takes place. This is also referenced with a card on the desk showing Jackie, who is an antagonist in Secret of the Mimic. If you'd like to learn everything currently known about the game and Jackie, I'd recommend watching our video about the demo. Returning to the lobby, the player can spawn the Mimic on stage and throw food at him, which opens the pizza place's entrance. Here, you wind up a miniature version of Jackie's box and receive a puzzle. To complete it, you have to revisit the old levels and find 12 different golden puzzle pieces. After you assemble them, you'll be rewarded with two things. In the AR network, you'll see some sort of Hello Neighbor looking funhouse, and in the real world, you see a van with the Mex's machine stored in the back. Mex's was a security system in Ruin tasked with keeping the Mimic trapped in the Pizzaplex's sinkhole. In the ending, Cassie deactivated it, leading to the Mimic's escape. Next, the funhouse has a mailbox with the numbers 4625 on them. You can take those numbers and type them into the Mex's machine. These two things seem to be building up to very different games. The Funhouse is likely a Secret of the Mimic teaser, while the Mex's ending seems to be teasing a follow-up to Ruin. As I previously stated, in Ruin's ending, Mex's was deactivated, but it seems like now someone has stolen it. If you look carefully, you'll notice that in Help Wanted 2, the machine is all dirty and old, just like how it appeared in Ruin, so it seems like this is supposed to be the same time period. It's possible that after the Mimic escaped, Gregory and Vanessa returned to take Mex's as part of a plan to stop the Mimic. It's also possible that this is before Ruin, and this is how Mex's was delivered to the Pizzaplex, but that seems less likely to me. Back to the game, along with seemingly confirming Mex's return, I think this update could solve one of Ruin's biggest questions: which ending is canon? The Mimic's appearance in the gallery has him wearing the costume from Ruin's Scooper ending. Steelwool specifically choosing this appearance instead of the default endoskeleton could be a hint that the Scooper ending is Ruin's true ending. I hope this isn't the case because the elevator ending is much more interesting. In that ending, Cassie narrowly escapes in the elevator, but Gregory tells her they can't risk being followed and he crashes the elevator. If Cassie survived the crash, which she likely did, then her conflict with Gregory could be very interesting to see in future games. I understand Gregory's fear of the Mimic escaping, but I doubt Cassie would react well to this betrayal. Or maybe this wasn't Gregory at all. Maybe the Mimic dropped the elevator. This is exactly what I'm talking about. There are so many interesting routes the story could go from here. Adding on to that, this is the only ending with a voice line from Roxy at the end, implying she survived her fight with the Mimic, or that the Mimic is copying her. Seeing as the voice line used in the ending is one reused from earlier in the game, it's likely that the Mimic is impersonating Roxy. Now back to Tiger Rock, this plushie being here is a major revelation. If you aren't aware, Tiger Rock is a character from the Tales from the Pizzaplex books, which is also where the Mimic originated from. He's a VR manifestation of the Mimic's AI program. For a while now, there's been a big debate in the community as to whether the Tales books are canon or not, and Steelwool adding yet another character from the books pretty clearly shows they're canon. It's also important to note who gives you this plush, none other than Glitchtrap. Similarly to the Tales debate, people have debated whether or not Glitchtrap is the Mimic. Both characters have a lot of similarities, like appearing as mascot costumes, being compatible with arcades, AR, and VR, and in Help Wanted 2's bad ending, Glitchtrap sets up the Mimic's plan to escape. Now this evidence is very interesting, but Glitchtrap delivering a Mimic plush solidifies to me that the Mimic and Glitchtrap are heavily connected. What's also interesting to me is that all of this Mimic stuff only appears after Glitchtrap dies. I think Glitchtrap is either some sort of virus or another version of the Mimic's AI that overtook the default Mimic program. Burntrap is a good example of this. It's implied in the books that Burntrap is just a repaired version of the Mimic being controlled by Glitchtrap. In the Tales epilogues, the Mimic is delivered to the pizza place, the same area Burntrap appears in, and he has bent rabbit ears and a burnt black look. This connects back to Burntrap's rabbit appearance and black burnt endoskeleton. Along with this, the Mimic's clawed hand in the epilogues in Ruin can be seen on Burntrap's model. So it seems like Glitchtrap overtook the Mimic's default AI. When Glitchtrap dies in Help Wanted 2's ending, the Mimic reverts back to its default form, which is why we start seeing all this Mimic content like Tiger Rock, and why the Mimic doesn't have his burn trap appearance in Ruin. I'll make a more detailed video connecting the two eventually, but I wanted to point out that you need to complete both endings to activate all this new Mimic content. I believe this means that both the game's endings are canon, since both need to be completed to progress with the story. Both endings also tie into Ruin. The bad ending sets up the Mimic's plan to escape, and the good ending shows Glitchtrap's death, matching up with his absence in Ruin. Now obviously, this update was mostly to tease Secret of the Mimic, and after months of no marketing, I am glad this was released. It was an awesome way to tease the game instead of just posting some images. The reveal of the game's location is also fantastic. I love how different the funhouse looks from all the previous locations we've seen in the series. If you're confused about where this location lies in correlation to the factory from the demo, you can actually see the factory in the background of this picture. We also saw a lot of Jackie, which makes sense considering she's been all over the marketing. If you go back to the gallery after completing the ending, you can spawn Jackie on stage, and this is our first good look at her in-game model. Similar to the funhouse, Jackie looks very different from anything we've seen before. Sure, her clown appearance does resemble Circus Baby, but there are still a lot of unique aspects here, most notably the stretchy limbs. The clown appearance also looks much more clown-like than the Funtime animatronics. I love those characters, but I thought they never really looked like clowns. Jackie on the other hand is brightly colored and clearly clown-themed. I didn't get a 10 PAX West, so this is my first good look at Jackie and I love her design. The craziest reveal in this update was the release date for Secret of the Mimic. The previously mentioned Funhouse code is 4625, and if you put that into the American date format, it translates to April 6th, 2025. I believe this is the release date for Secret of the Mimic. The idea that we could be getting Secret of the Mimic in 4 months is awesome, and this teaser in Help Wanted 2 has me even more hyped than ever before. What we've seen in this game looks very unique, and I'm excited. I love the era that spanned across Security Breach, Tales, Ruin, and Help Wanted 2, but I am excited that we're finally getting a breath of fresh air in the form of this game, with a brand new cast of characters and setting. There's so much to unpack with all these new teasers. To name a few, when Jackie says time to play after the player opens up the small music box, her voice is deep, which likely signifies she's under the Mimic's control. During the demo of PAX West, when Jackie's first introduced popping out of her box, her voice is much higher pitched and more friendly sounding. But during the chase portion of the demo, her voice is deep, which is exactly how it's heard in Help Wanted 2. I don't think her voice being deep here means anything in terms of lore for Help Wanted 2, but it's interesting that Steelwool decided to go with the deeper voice line specifically. Another observation is the Jackie model we see in the lobby is her fixed or unbroken form. If you pay close attention to the teaser trailer for Secret of the Mimic, you can see Jackie has dark orange eyes and a more roughed up appearance, with a lot of missing paint on her nose and dirt everywhere. Here she has some chipped paint and cracks on her, but it's way more severe in the teaser trailer. One more important thing to note is the broken form in the trailer is the version present in the chase portion of the PAX West demo. If you want to hear speculation about what could possibly happen in Secret of the Mimic, with all the new details we got, such as the weird looking toy shop outside the factory, and maybe even how Jackie got damaged, we plan on discussing all of that and more in a future video focusing solely on Secret of the Mimic, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on our socials linked in the description, and please consider liking and subscribing, it helps a lot. Thanks for watching, and check out some of our other videos.